shot in 4K ultra high definition. Your number one source for local news. WRAL News. Coverage you can count on.
And a refreshing feel this morning. Our dew point, muggy beater way down here at Comfy. I'll show you how long this pleasant weather pattern sticks around.
A 17-year-old charged with murder who was on the run is now back in custody. The questions this morning about how he was able to escape.
Plus, the update we'll get today about UNC Chapel Hill's new methods to protect students and faculty on campus. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Thanks for joining us. I'm Michelle McConaughey in for NH2.
And I'm Jeff Hogan. It's great to have you along. Do you get those fresh feels out there outside? So good.
So good.
Lower humidity. Elizabeth Gardner in the WRAL Severe Weather Center. This is a big change from what we've had in recent weeks.
It is. Even though it's a Tuesday, Monday kind of weird thing, I think it's all smiles when you step out the door this morning. Skies are clear here in downtown Raleigh. It is 65 degrees and our dew point is at 53. And we know that feels so nice out there this morning. And a quiet week for the most part coming our way. 59 this morning in Roxborough and South Hill, 63 in Goldsboro, 65 Durham, 67 in Fayetteville. So feeling very comfortable as you're stepping out the door. And temperatures are anywhere from around 5 to look at that 13 degrees cooler this morning in South Hill than what we saw yesterday. A little bit breezy, but still on the comfortable side. We're going to see winds out of the northeast, gusting to about 15 to 20. And of course, we don't have a heat advisory. Hour by hour, we're looking at a lovely day today. Temperatures in the mid 70s at lunchtime, and we'll see a high of 78. And it's not the only 70-degree day in our forecast. We'll check it out coming up.
This morning, a 17-year-old is facing a murder charge, but now he is back in custody. Just before 11 o'clock last night, authorities announced they had recaptured Zane Sesnick after he was on the run for 8 hours. Sesnick escaped the C.A. Dillon Juvenile Detention Center at about 2:20 Monday afternoon. He was indicted last year on a murder charge. He's accused of killing 71-year-old Jerry Hicks last June. People in Granville County were on alert all day yesterday, as officials said Sesnick had a history of unpredictable behavior. Investigators say Sesnick was captured at a rural intersection nearly 5 miles from that detention center. Authorities have not said how Sesnick was able to escape.
Today, students will finally start their fall semester at St. Augustine's University. WRAL's Laura Levine joins us live from campus this morning. And Laura, classes were delayed 2 weeks.
Michelle, good morning. It is welcome week here at St. Augustine's University, and it comes about 2 weeks later than initially planned. Interim President Marcus Burgess, he told WRAL that he expects about 200 students to begin the fall semester here. We want you to take a look at enrollment over the years. Numbers from the National Center of Educational Statistics show that about 200 students would be less than 20% of St. Augustine's enrollment from the previous school year. This is a dramatic change from just 2 years ago when more than 1,000 students were enrolled. The big drop comes as the university works through a series of financial issues. Earlier this month, St. Augustine secured a loan that has helped ensure the school has funds to conduct classes for this semester. Burgess said St. Augustine's was working to finalize funding to pay overdue student refunds and staff salaries from last semester. Now, several events are planned not only for today, but throughout the week to help students feel welcomed under this new reign here. Laura Levine, WRAL News, live in Raleigh.
Also today, UNC Chapel Hill will give an update on its new emergency preparedness methods. The university's Director of Emergency Management and Planning, Daryl Jeter, will speak today about the new efforts, and among them, improvements to the Alert Carolina notification and warning system. That'll include more communication channels and increased frequency of alerts. Jeter is also expected to give an update on the new emergency preparedness module of instructors. The online training helps prepare faculty and teaching assistants to respond to a crisis. And it all comes just over a year after the on-campus shooting that killed an associate professor last year.
And 2 people are in serious condition this morning after a crash in Sampson County. This is video from the WRAL Breaking News Tracker on Hobbs Road in Roseboro. A pickup truck pulling a large trailer went off the road and hit a tree. Troopers have not said how it happened. And today, the group that owns PNC Arena will meet with Raleigh City Council and the Wake County Commission. Representatives from the Centennial Authority will give both boards an update about the $300 million PNC Arena enhancement project. Last month, we got our first look at what the arena could look like in the future. The new facility could include grab-and-go markets for food and retail and more parking. Renderings also featured a beer garden, team store, and a VIP lobby. Renovation is expected to start next summer. The Raleigh City Council meeting is at 1 o'clock and the Wake County Commission meeting is at 5 o'clock.
If you want a shot at becoming a multi-millionaire, you still have time to grab a Mega Millions ticket. Tonight's jackpot is up to $681 million. Nobody won Friday's drawing, so the new cash out option is $336 million. The next drawing is tonight, 11 p.m. You can watch it live right here on WRAL.
We are working to learn how a man died after Halifax police say he bonded out of jail, stole a car, and disappeared on Saturday. Investigators say crews recovered the body of Mohammed Diaby from the Roanoke River yesterday. He was booked into the Halifax County Jail on Saturday for trespassing, and then he bonded out. They say after he was released, he stole a car from the Dollar General on Highway 301 in Halifax County. His family reported him missing shortly after. The car was found on Sunday.
We're just 63 days away now from the 2024 presidential election, and voting season is about to get underway in North Carolina. On Friday, election workers will start sending out mail-in absentee ballots to voters who request them. If you're voting by mail, you'll need to include a photocopy of your ID with your ballot. This is the first presidential election in North Carolina to require photo IDs. If you don't have an approved ID, you can get one at the DMV, but your county board of elections may be a quicker option.
We have equipment at the County Board of Elections office that allows them to create a voter ID. Matter of fact, I have a mock-up version. It looks just like this.
If you want to vote by mail this election, you still have time to request that ballot. You have until October 29th to submit your request.
2 U.S. soldiers are safe this morning after being attacked in Turkey. The response from the White House as 15 people have been detained for the assault.
Plus, when you can expect to see NFL rookie Ricky Pearsall play his first game this season after he was shot during an attempted robbery.
And we'll take you live out to Clinton this morning. Our drop in humidity, it's nice, but it's brief. Meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner will tell us when we'll see the return of rain in the forecast.
From the WRAL Severe Weather Center, North Carolina's most experienced team of meteorologists.
440, taking a look this morning at some very pleasant temperatures as you're stepping out the door. 63 in Wilson. It may be a little hard to see here in the dark, but the whirly gigs are spinning a little bit, and it is going to be a touch breezy this afternoon, but really, really comfortable. 65 in Durham, 67 in Fayetteville as you're headed out the door this morning. And you'll notice the drop in humidity, and that'll stick around a couple of days. Feeling really comfortable this morning with mainly clear skies and temperatures in the upper 50s to low 60s. Walking the dog this morning, it feels great. I mean, this afternoon is going to be wonderful too. We'll see mostly sunny skies, 78 degrees there at around 5 o'clock. So feeling good as you're walking the dog this evening. Exercise outside, definitely a go. But we do have the potential for some showers closer to the weekend and a little bump up in our humidity. We'll take a closer look coming up.
The U.S. Embassy in Turkey says at least 15 people have been detained after 2 U.S. soldiers were assaulted by a nationalist group in Turkey. This happened yesterday. The Turkey youth group TGB posted this video on social media. It shows a group holding down a man on the street and putting a white hood over his head. Officials confirm the men are soldiers on board the USS Wasp. A White House spokesperson said in a statement that Washington was troubled by the assault, but added that it was appreciative that Turkish police are holding those responsible accountable.
A 10-year-old boy is facing 2 counts of murder after he confessed to shooting and killing a former Louisiana mayor and his daughter. This happened Sunday morning in Minden, Louisiana, and it's about 30 minutes from Shreveport. Police say they found 82-year-old Joe Cornelius and his 31-year-old daughter, Keisha Miles, dead from gunshot wounds in Cornelius's home. A 6-year-old child who was home at the time was not injured. Investigators say the 10-year-old is a relative of Cornelius, but did not give any more details about their connection or a possible motive.
And police in suburban Chicago are trying to figure out why a shooter killed 4 people as they slept on a commuter train. Investigators in Forest Park say they have a 30-year-old man in custody after that mass shooting. He's accused of killing the 4 people on 2 separate train cars at about 5:30 Monday morning. Police say the suspected shooter was tracked down on another train with the help of surveillance video. Authorities believe it may have been a random attack.
Former New York Governor Andrew Cuomo is expected to testify in Congress next week about how he handled COVID-19 in nursing homes. CNN reports Cuomo will testify next week before a House subcommittee. An investigation found the New York Department of Health underreported COVID deaths in nursing homes by more than 4,000 people. Cuomo insists his advisory on nursing homes was consistent with guidance from the CDC. If you are traveling today, be aware more hotel workers across the country may go on strike. Their strike is entering its 3rd day today, and it includes more than 10,000 Hilton, Marriott, and Hyatt employees. Their union says they may expand the strike to more cities today on what is expected to be the strike's last day. Workers say pandemic-era cuts that are still in place at hotels are leaving them overworked and underpaid.
A judge in Venezuela has issued an arrest warrant for opposition leader Edmundo Gonzalez, accusing him of conspiracy and other crimes. This comes amid a dispute over whether he or President Nicolas Maduro won the election in July. The warrant was issued after authorities say Gonzalez failed to appear 3 times to answer questions from prosecutors. Gonzalez has not made any public appearances since the day after the election. Maduro claims to have won the election, but the official results have attracted widespread skepticism from abroad.
2 people are safe after spending a terrifying night at sea. A 60-year-old man and a 48-year-old woman were sailing off the coast of Australia Monday afternoon when their 20-foot yacht lost power and communication. It would be a day before crews were able to rescue them. And while the crew was waiting for rescue, their boat was being hit by 55-mile-an-hour winds and nearly 20-foot waves. The rescued sailors are expected to arrive back in Sydney tonight.
San Francisco 49ers rookie Ricky Pearsall will miss at least 4 games after he was shot during a robbery attempt over the weekend. This means the first game the wide receiver will be able to play in will be against the Arizona Cardinals on October 6th. Pearsall is recovering at home after he was shot in the chest. The 17-year-old who shot him is in custody. Police say that he was trying to steal Pearsall's Rolex watch, and when a struggle began, both he and Pearsall were shot. The district attorney overseeing this case says the decision to charge the teenager as a minor or an adult should be made by tomorrow.
In Wilson County, a couple donated a new mailbox to Springfield Middle School. It was donated by Tommy and Amy Deans. It comes after a tornado tore through that county and damaged parts of the school. The school has also received other donations to help it get up and running again. Leaders say they appreciate everyone for the continued efforts to support the school.
As summer comes to an end, the number of full-time lifeguards are being scaled back on North Carolina beaches. Starting today at Wrightsville Beach, the number of working lifeguards is dropping down from 14 to 6. It is worth reminding, while the number of lifeguards goes down, the danger in the water does not.
This time of year, unfortunately, there's typically, less lifeguards, but the conditions are still extremely dangerous. Just because there is no storms and it seems completely calm, rip currents can occur at any time.
And lifeguards will be stationed and patrolling at every other stand on the beach. They urge swimmers to stay near the staffed stands and pay attention to warning flags during the peak of hurricane season.
A 12-year-old girl from Charlotte set and then beat her own cookie sales record. Olive Gordon set the record after selling 8,700 cookie boxes. And then she beat that by selling over 12,000 of them. She said it is all about the sales pitch and the hook and where you sell the cookies.
Somebody told me when I was much younger to ask everyone. And I was like, how do you sell 1,000 cookies? By asking everyone. Those with a lot of shops, it proves that people are already willing to spend a little money on something.
When she was younger, she got that advice. Olive says she wants to apply what she has learned to her life so that she can one day get her dream job as a Supreme Court justice. I do not doubt her for a second. I'd buy that sales pitch. Elizabeth Gardner in the WRAL Severe Weather Center right now. You don't have to sell me on this weather either, Elizabeth.
Ooh, yeah, it's so nice out there. We're going to take a live look first at Zebulon this morning. You see the flags moving just a little bit there. It will be just a touch breezy this afternoon, but it's going to be such a comfortable breeze. A really beautiful day. Starting off 65 degrees in the Triangle right now with a dew point of 53. We'll stay in the 60s all the way up until around 11 a.m. So feeling very comfortable, a little bit cool out there, potentially, especially tomorrow morning. You may need just a little light jacket out there as our temperatures are cool, especially as you're sending the kids out to the bus stop this morning. Temperatures will be in the mid 60s. Tomorrow morning, though, upper 50s. The kids will want their shorts and t-shirts, in the afternoon for sure, but maybe just a light jacket, long sleeve shirt. And then we're back into the 60s on Thursday and Friday at the bus stop. Pretty sunrise here from Wendy Wilberg at RDU. That's gorgeous out there this morning. We love to see your Weather Watcher photos. Go to WRAL.com and search Weather Watchers and post some photos for us. Such pretty weather. Great day to spend your lunch hour outside, kind of trying to get back from a big holiday weekend, take a little lunch vacation if you have that opportunity. It's going to feel great out there today. And if not, later on this afternoon, it'll feel good too. We'll see a high of 79 in Raleigh, 77 in Durham, and 81 in Fayetteville about the time the kids are getting off the bus. Now, today may end up feeling the most comfortable of the next 7, but it'll be a gradual climb in our dew point, looking at more humid conditions by Thursday and then into Friday and Saturday. And that's all because of additional moisture coming into the atmosphere, where we may end up with a chance of some showers and thunderstorms again. We had plenty of rain. We've had plenty of rain, but another front is headed our way late week. Expected to be a little breezy today too, looking at peak gusts around 15 to 25 miles per hour. That is not enough to cause any problems, but it will just be noticeable as you step outside. It's going to feel a little bit breezy, especially from around 9 a.m. to around 4 or 5 o'clock. Notice the blue shaded area. This is, of course, where temperatures are below normal, and we do warm slightly toward the end of the week with some rain, and then we get another push of some chilly air that comes in late weekend into early next week, and we sit there in blue, which means our temperatures are below normal. The closest to normal that we'll get is Saturday at 84, and of course Saturday we have a front that comes through. Behind that front, we're looking at some cooler temperatures again Sunday and Monday. But coming up, we'll walk through Thursday, Friday, and Saturday and talk about some changes in our forecast.
All right, thanks, Elizabeth. A group of snorkelers in Australia now have a whale of a tale after seeing a man launched out of the water by one of the animals.
Experience in my life.
Wow. The YouTubers who reported the video share what led up to that rare experience.
Plus, we've got a clue about a deal to see a Broadway play at DPAC. .53 is the time right now, your Tuesday morning. This is a live look at North Hills. You can see some clouds just reflecting off the lights from down below, but it is 65 degrees out there. Humidity feels great. It is in a comfortable way today. All right, here's the story you have to see as we take you to a man snorkeling off Australia's Gold Coast when a whale throws him into the air. See this whale of a tale. Launches him out of the water here. YouTubers Max and Jacqueline caught the moments on camera, and they say 3 whales surrounded them while they were snorkeling and while they were keeping an eye on one of them. This is the unbelievable thing that happened right there.
All of a sudden, there was commotion behind us, and we turned around, and someone, we didn't know at the time who it was, but someone was up on top of the tail of a whale.
Yes, they were. They later figured out the man was one of their tour guides. He was not hurt. The tour guide told them that experience was a first.
Wow. Oh, my goodness. Wow. Well, a new movie starring Tilda Swinton and Julianne Moore is getting major praise at the Venice Film Festival. Here's David Daniel with today's Hollywood Minute.
The longest ovation yet at this year's Venice Film Festival goes to The Room Next Door, director Pedro Almodovar's first English-language film, starring Tilda Swinton and Julianne Moore, reportedly received a 17-minute standing O. The film from the trio of Oscar winners is due in U.S. theaters in December.
What happened? I just don't want the life I have sometimes.
A woman with a family history of mental health issues attempts suicide, then struggles to survive and to want to survive in Continue. Writer-director Nadine Crocker stars in the drama alongside Shiloh Fernandez and Emily Deschanel. Continue debuts in theaters and on VOD and digital platforms Friday. September is National Suicide Prevention Month. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
And this summer's blockbuster movies may have saved the box office from a major drop in revenue. The Hollywood Reporter reports that domestic revenue this summer dropped nearly 10.5% from 2023. Hollywood labor strikes likely had the biggest impact on the box office, and the slow start of the summer, but big hits like Inside Out 2 and Deadpool and Wolverine brought more consistency later in the season. Experts say sales may still improve into the fall, with highly anticipated movies like Beetlejuice, and Wicked hitting theaters.
Another investigation is happening into Ticketmaster's practices. This time it's over tickets to the Oasis comeback tour. The UK says it is looking into Ticketmaster over its dynamic pricing for the reunion tour. Fans say they waited hours in an online queue only to pay up to 2.5 times the listed cost for a standing room ticket. Ticketmaster says it doesn't set prices for concerts, event organizers do.
The digital lottery is open at the DPAC. If you're looking for a different type of jackpot, you can enter for a chance to win $25 tickets to Clue the day before each performance. And the lottery opens from 9 a.m. until 2 p.m. the day before. Winners will be notified after closing and will have 1 hour to buy their tickets. Only one entry is allowed per person.
In Cumberland County, the Cool Spring Downtown District in Fayetteville is looking for artists to participate in its Fiesta Latinas, fourth Friday for Hispanic Heritage Month. They are looking for help to transform prefabricated 8-foot animatronic skeletons into imaginative artwork inspired by Day of the Dead. You have until next Monday to enter if you want.
Severe storms put a woman in Selma in serious danger, the damage to her property.
A 17-year-old facing a murder charge is in custody after being on the run for hours. What authorities tell us about his escape from Granville County?
And black bear sightings in a North Carolina neighborhood are making neighbors very nervous, while wildlife officials say seeing bears in neighborhoods is becoming more common.